Hello and welcome. Welcome to my YouTube channel PHARMAVEN. In today's video, we will discuss about Gemba work, which is a focused Gemba work on a specific topic, specific area. So I will discuss 3-4 most important aspects how we can do a focused Gemba work. So please watch my entire video. It will be very helpful for you and your company. So we understand what is Gemba work. Gemba work is going to the actual area and observing the things, watching the people, watching the activities. And it is usually said that Gemba work is to be done by the senior leaders or senior team members or experienced people. But is it so that only the experienced people do the Gemba work? I'll say no. Anyone can do the Gemba work, and I'll prefer that the person who are actually working onto the area, on their own area, should look at it differently with a purpose of Gemba work. So if I am an operator or if I am a supervisor for a specific area, then I should look my area apart from the routine activity with a specific task, specific mindset, specific requirement. And believe me, if the supervisor or operator does the Gemba work of his or her own area, then it will yield more outcomes than somebody who is not working day in, day out in that area. So let's begin with the step-by-step explanation how focused Gemba work can be done. So first and foremost requirement for the focused Gemba work is to identify which specific area or room I am going for the Gemba work. So we don't have to cover the entire area, entire manufacturing area, entire warehouse area or entire packing area. We cannot cover. It will not yield anything a positive outcome. So decide which one specific area. It can be a manufacturing room, it can be a storage area, it can be one specific filling line, one specific packing line, or one specific dispensing room. Select that specific room. That is first part. What is next? See each and everything in that room or line or area for its requirement, for its necessity, for its CGMP compliance. For example, we have certain storage. I'll take an example of a storage area in the warehouse. We'll take a certain storage area. So how many materials are there? How many racks are there? What is the storage condition? How they are stored? Is it in racks? It is in cupboards? Is it movable rack? That is first. How they are stored. Look at it how they are stored. Is the storage proper? It's orderly? Is it in sequence? Now when we are storing the material into the warehouse, it must have the required quantity, traceability about its release condition, traceability about its test conditions, traceability about its manufacturing and expiry, traceability about is how much quantity was received and how much now actually have into the area. So that can be a manual log or an automated system like SAP or LIMS. LIMS is for the laboratory, SAP is for the manufacturing. So whether we have that is automated, so just cross check, take 3-4 stored materials, check it how much is there into the SAP or into the system or in manual log and how much is practically available. If there is a mismatch, then it's an area of concern. So that is first requirement. Whether the location which is mentioned there is exactly the same location into the system. If it is not matching, then it's a concern. So this is how this way we can ensure that whatever we have stored is meeting the requirement. Now, second point. Are all the materials which are stored are at appropriate storage conditions? So whether in which area we have stored the material, are those materials are stored into the required room temperature and humidity conditions? So that is second. So what happens sometimes we store lot of material into a single room, which is for example 20 to 25 degrees Celsius maintained. But if you go and verify closely each and every material, some material may have different storage requirement. For example, some material maybe have it is like 15 to 25 and we are storing it 20 to 25. So 15 to 25 and 20 to 25, these are two different storage requirement. Sometimes material has to be kept in dry place, some specific humidity requirement, and if you are not maintaining the humidity requirement in that specific storage area, then it will be a violation of the storage requirement for the specific material. So whenever you are storing the material in lot of multiple materials in specific one area, then verify that all the requirements, all the materials are complying to that area requirement, and if not, we have to shift to the other area, we have to define the other areas, or shift to the material which is providing the area with the specific storage requirements. That is second. Third point comes as what we have validated for the storage. So how many racks, what number of racks, how much stack we can do, like can we store over on the top of the shelf. So this we have to verify with the validated conditions. What happens practically, we validated with a specific storage requirement, and when it comes to the routine, people start storing the material here and there. People will keep the material on the floor also, they will keep the material on the top of the shelf, they will keep stacking the material, and it will also happen that they will block the air supply to the room. If it is this, if that is the condition, that air supply is blocked, then it will not meet, or it will not serve the purpose of providing the appropriate area cooling, area temperature requirement within the area. So that is third point, third critical point we have to verify. And lastly, see the materials which are stored are appropriately stored. There is no torn, there is no additional materials, or there is no modification into the area after initial qualification. What happens that as the storage requirement change, we introduce new racks, we put a small cupboard here, a big cupboard there, and that is not meeting the requirement as per the initial qualification. So if we have done certain area modifications after initial qualification, or as you go on using the area, just evaluate that it is meeting the criteria. Ideally, or as per the requirement, any major change into the area should go through a change control process, and change control process should cover one of the requirement as repeating the temperature mapping or area temperature monitoring as per the evaluation. Sometimes we have to do, sometimes we may not have to do, because there is no major change. So basis that it has to be redefined that what is the temperature requirement, or what is the requirement for the temperature monitoring after the modification. And final important point, after the monitoring we are determining what is hot spot, what is cold spot into that area. So verify that hot and cold spot are properly identified, there are sensors there, and they are getting monitored. So this is how we can have focus Gemba on a specific room. I have talked about the storage area. Same way we can do for the other areas like filling lines, washing machines, like packing line, like manufacturing room. So I'll, in my next videos, I will cover another specific area with a critical requirement, where the critical activities are happening, how we can do the Gemba work for the such critical area. So hope this video will be helpful to you. Thank you for watching my entire video. Be with my channel, and you can subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. And there are a lot of videos on my channel about the pharma. You can go and watch all of the videos. Thank you very much.